Dahil yan ay maaari na gamitin sa paniniktik, sa mas pinaigting na surveillance.
My God, I hate drugs.
The Philippine ID system bill is an inch closer to becoming law. Once it does, the public can get a unified ID that can be used in all government and even private transactions. Joyce Ilas tells us more.
Filipinos will soon do away with different kinds of identification cards when dealing with the government and private sector, as Congress prepares to ratify the Philippine ID system bill next week. After it is signed by the President, officials carrying out the law will initially roll out the cards to 1 million Filipinos this year, beginning with persons with disability, senior citizens, and the poor.
Ngayon kasi sandamakmak ang ID na ginagamit natin ng bawat ahensya ng gobyerno. May mga IDs ngayon, isa na lang. Isang ID ang magagamit mo sa iba't ibang transaksyon sa gobyerno, maging sa private kasi sa bangko, usually hihingin sa atin 2 valid IDs. Ngayon, isang ID na lang.
The PhilSys ID will have 13 sets of information. On its face, the ID number, full name, sex, blood type, date of birth, place of birth, marital status, and facial picture of the card bearer. More information will be stored in the PhilSys registry, such as mobile number, email address, and biometrics data, including full set of fingerprints and iris scan. Filipino citizens and resident aliens should register personally in accredited registration centers nationwide.
So that even if you lost the ID, in all agencies of the government and in all private institutions na may scanner, you can transact business by just presenting your biometrics.
Some lawmakers, however, express concern over data security.
Malaking usapin sa atin ang Philippine Statistics Authority, ang kanilang systems dyan ay being operated by a foreign corporation, yung Unisys, no, na hindi malayo na itong ating mga information, no, basic information, yung atong biometrics ay mahak, then it can be used, no, sa ibang kapamaraanan, criminal, commercial, or otherwise.
They also fear that private information may be used to quell dissent.
Dahil yan ay maaari na gamitin sa paniniktik, sa mas pinaigting na surveillance at saka repression ng mga nais pang magsalita at tumutol sa iba't ibang mga patakaran ng gobyerno.
The bill's authors, however, say safeguards are in place to protect data privacy.
Itong ID natin na ito ay talagang kumbaga pinag-isipan at hindi pwedeng buksan kung walang court order. Pangalawa, kung wala pong consent ng individual. At maaari lamang itong buksan kung merong compelling interest ng ng safety at saka ng public health.
Some Filipinos have mixed opinions on the Philippine ID system.
Okay na siguro yung mas marami kang ID para kung mawala man yung isa, mayroong isa. Ayun, kung mawala, wala na.
Okay lang yun. Sa akin okay lang yun. Kasi para mas mapabilis lahat ng transaction. No? Kasi kung sakali, marami pa kasing ID yung hinahanap, mas matatagalan.
Siguro taasan nyo na lang yung security level ninyo para hindi ma-hack.
The program will have an initial budget of 2 billion pesos this year with Metro Manila, Calabarzon, and the Cordillera Autonomous Region as pilot areas. The government-issued card comes without cost to the owner. Joyce Ilas, CNN Philippines.
In lighter news, Mariah Carey is all praises for a Filipino duo's cover of one of her most iconic songs. Aldrich Talunding and James Bukong did a cover of Hero, which got featured in Glamour magazine's YouTube series. Mariah says she was impressed by the amazing vocals and she loved the twists in their rendition. Here's a portion.
Sofitel is also one of the non-compliant hotels. Meron din yung generic pharmacy. Nandiyan din yung Toll Philippines. Toll Philippines is also included.
Bello says these firms were found to be engaged or suspected to be engaged in labor-only contracting or other illegal contracting or subcontracting schemes that violate employees' right to security of tenure. He says this was based on reports submitted by dollar regional offices. Notices of violation were already served.
Yung aming submission is already a validated report. Hindi kami magsasubmit sa Presidente ng report na hindi namin na-validate.
Last month, President Duterte issued a memorandum directing Bello to submit a list of companies involved in illegal contractualization. The president reiterated his promise to go after these companies when he signed Executive Order 51, which is a reinforcement of Department Order 174 issued by DOLE last year. The department order imposes stricter regulations on labor contracting schemes, although it still allows some forms of contractual work. So what should the companies do to get off the hook? Bello says they just have to regularize their workers within 30 days. If not, these firms will face heavy fines, although they could contest the order before the court. DOLE will also issue an order automatically regularizing these workers.
We give them enough time to comply naman. We are also conscious of the challenges of the business. Kaya ang importante is they're willing to comply, and that for us is already a good development on the issue.
Since DOLE has only 600 inspectors, they were able to inspect only 24,000 of the 900,000 firms nationwide. That's why Bello admits the uphill battle against illegal contracting still has a long way to go. Rex Remitio, CNN, Philippines.
One of the companies on the list, telecom giant PLDT, says it's appealing the decision before the Court of Appeals. The company says in a statement, quote, certain aspects of the decision were inconsistent with applicable law, jurisprudence, and the documentary and testimonial evidence presented to the Labor Secretary. CNN Philippines is still reaching out to the other companies mentioned by the Labor Secretary. Alleged pork barrel scam mastermind Janet Lim Napoles is out of the Witness Protection Program. Justice Secretary Bernardo Guevara says the provisional protection granted to Napoles expired yesterday and would not be extended. In February, former Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre granted Napoles provisional protection for 90 days after she cited threats to her safety. She also asked to be transferred from Camp Bagong Diwa to a secure housing facility. But Guevara says there are no further threats to Napoles at Camp Bagong Diwa. Accused of funneling billions of pork barrel funds to bogus non-government organizations, Napoles was reportedly poised to reveal big names involved in the scam once under the WPP. CNN Philippines spoke with the lawyer of Napoles, Stephen David, who says the Justice Department's move will prevent Napoles from revealing names in the pork scam.
Sayang hindi na malaman ng tao kung sino talaga yung mga involved sa na talagang yung ibang involved na malalaki na hindi na sayang, di ba? Kasi mahirap naman magsalita siya na may threat sa buhay niya doon sa loob. Nakakapanginayang lang. Ang dami dapat na maimbestigahan pa, hindi makakatulong yun.
Asked if Napoles would refuse to talk without witness protection, David says she's willing to testify as long as her security is guaranteed. Meantime, Malacanang supports the Justice Department's decision. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque says the testimony of Napoles is, quote, not indispensable. Former Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno asks for a 15-day extension to explain why she should not be sanctioned for statements against her colleagues while she faced her quo warranto case. Sereno is accused of defying the sub judice rule, which bars public discussion on a pending court case. The motion was filed yesterday afternoon. Sereno was removed earlier this month when the High Court granted a quo warranto petition filed by Solicitor General Jose Calida. Wow. This is not the first time the duo gained international praise. They once appeared on The Ellen Show after their cover of Dance with My Father went viral. We're still celebrating National Heritage Month, and in Cebu, 30 museums and heritage sites were open to visitors last night. This for the 12th annual Night of Heritage called Gabii sa Kabilin. Thousands of tourists joined tours to the various sites in Cebu, Mandaue, Lapu-Lapu, and Talisay. Among the many historic pieces showcased in the event, an old Cebuano newspaper, Ang Suga, Visayan for Light. This was published in 1903 by Vicente Soto Sr., the grandfather of Senate President Tito Soto. Still ahead, summer is almost over, and as classes resume, we'll check on prices of school supplies. And more senators want the excise tax on fuel suspended. Find out the government's reaction.